Hello there, ladies and gentlemen, and I welcome all of you back to another Rage video where tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to song number 7 of the top 50 worst metal songs ever made. And I'll be completely honest with you, ladies and gentlemen, considering I honestly had to wash my mouth of the filth that came from the last song, we are finally good. We're just moving past it. The last song, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you something right now. That's the very first time, and hopefully the last, I actually have to stop a song halfway through and then just quit on it. Because, like I said, I would not entertain what they were talking about for even a second. I was, not willing to put up with it any longer. Anyway, so, moving on, we are now doing the metal rap by the Lone Rager. And, oh, for God's sake, I mean, why is this guy wearing, it's the state of Indiana, those stupid tassels hanging from his giant jacket. Why is he got chains? And is this meant to be a clan mask that he's wearing? I don't know what this is. I hope this guy's not meant to be a clan scholar, because he's reading one of these dictionaries, rap, and what. Well, I think it must be that if he's got the American flag behind him. So, as to why this is called metal rap, but then again, this did come out in 1984, so you know what? Maybe Lone Rager was a little bit ahead of his time. I have no other way of specifying that because, again, I have almost no context whatsoever for this. But again, let's think about it. 1984, so that was Grandmaster. That was even for Grandmaster Flash was early. I think it was very late 70s, early 80s. This is almost mid 1980s. So, and I don't necessarily know too much else about really old school rap to say what they're getting this from, but let's just try it out. Let's see what we get. So, if you guys want to check out metal rap for yourselves, links will all be in the description down below. This is also the longest song we've actually managed to cover so far. Let's just hope it's nowhere near as bad as the last one. So, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, and...
What's that loud rage noise I hear? The leaves are ringing in my ear. The fall foundation reset. Oh my God, it's heavy now. Can't go dancing to its beat. Leave me tripping over your own feet. But till I let's go get to my metal. Ain't no stopping. Metal. Wait before you call it trash. Even though you're close, some call it trash. Makes you want to bang your hand. And here come the Rangers to sign on the Rangers. Started with a bad cold cream. The play like Clapton was a dream.
Okay, hang on 1 second. There is some... if they're to play like Clapton, I'm going to assume they are referring to Eric Clapton. But also, okay, there is technically a lot of debate as to technically what really started. Could you call Cream the first real heavy metal band? Or where does it really begin? Because a lot of people point to You Really Got Me by the Kinks. A lot of people also point to Helter Skelter by the Beatles as being the first heavy metal song technically made. But I'm actually, you know what? I was only joking before when I said things about Grandmaster Flash. But this absolutely feels like a Grandmaster Flash number. This is... And be it Blue Cheer, Summertime Blues, that's mid-50s. I know that because Rush did a cover of it back in 2004. And wow, that's fascinating. I was not expecting this. I really wasn't.
To stay alive. Of course, Blue Cheer had the summertime blues. They came on fast, then they would lose. Think we lost to never win. And then they came to tale. The music industry's forgotten stepchild, all that leather and spice they found it too wild. It'll just disappear from all airwaves. Those demonic album covers with crosses and graves. They could stop the metal, they could kill the beast. I dream the onslaught of scorpions and priests. Destiny giants grew bigger than ever. So millions of records as producers got clever. Getting even heavier. Yes, heavy metal. Spreading fast throughout the land. On every block of Europe was a metal band. Makes you wanna bang your head for women and men who need it at 10. From England came Motorhead, Maiden, Angel Witch from US, Metallica, Throttle, Right, Bridge, Anthrax, Straight White, Doctor and Slayer. Everyone heavy, each musician a player. Man of War, Wild Gold, Rods, Monica, seems each day there's someone new. From Europe, accept, Bulging Bullet and Trans, Warning and H-Bomb, Trust and France. Venom and Fate with Metallica, Madness, Japanese Bow Wow, X-Ray and Loudness. And just when you thought it all reached the stand for the Canadian onslaught of Exciter and Anvil, you want more? Want to hit the demon? A day in the last one night. Raven. Step on every noble star. Mass appeal amongst blue collar. Makes you want to bang your hand. And now ages now, they're signing those wages. Just one thing, guys. What rhymes were made in it? Super heavy motor laden. Spectacular. That's heavy. I'm rapping heavy metal.
What on earth was that? That was... Right, okay, ladies and gentlemen, that was Metal Rap by the Lone Rager. Rager or Rager? I'm going for Rager this time. How on earth? That was... What even was that? That was like... You know what? Honestly, I'm like a little like... I'm stunned a little bit because yes, it was a little bit like a very cheesy, like old school rap song, but it had guitars, it had bass, it had a drummer, it had a guy who was giving you like a history lesson of metal, and it was done. And listen, first of all, they reference both Raven and Venom, two bands that come from my hometown. Let me tell you something right now. That is, you couldn't get any better than that. The only thing I want to say right now is maybe snubbing AC/DC was a bit something, but maybe they hadn't broken out of Australia at this point. But then again, who knows? Maybe it was meant to be in there somewhere, or maybe there's some reference to something, but no, it was absolutely like not there. But god damn it, where was the part where they mentioned, I dare you to last one night with Raven? I listen, some of the stuff I've done from Raven before, it's not necessarily that hard, but from what I heard is that Raven and especially Venom were huge influences for Metallica, and I really love the fact that this guy dedicated an entire verse to not only listing off some absolutely for some of the most legendary bands from the UK, like Motorhead, Iron Maiden, Angel Witch, and where on earth, and then they go all the way into Europe as well, except Bodleian Brute, and I don't even think I've ever even covered stuff like H-Bomb or Trust yet. and they're both from France as well. So you know what? I don't even think we've ever even covered anything from France before. So that might be something that is absolutely something to come in as well. And then of course Bow Wow, X-Ray, and Loudness, something from Venom and Fate with Metallic Madness. Oh yeah, I can vouch for that. Conrad Kronos Lant is an absolute madman. And then, of course, you get stuff like they couldn't kill the Beast. I wonder if that's in reference to Number of the Beast myself. But then again, no, yeah, I think that is absolutely intentional. So that is like, how do you even? I'm stunned, ladies and gentlemen. And how would you exactly? Was this bad? Personally, I loved it because it was very unlike anything we've ever really talked about or done before. And it was good for it. It was really good to try something a bit different, much better than that crap from Cannibal Corpse we did last time, because they actually managed to do something very, very interesting. And apparently, if you're wondering why this is even on the list at all, is this. The Lone Ranger was actually the legend in its own lunchtime, John Zazula, Megaforce Records founder. Recorded in August of 1984, this is the first ever rap metal crossover. So you know what? It absolutely gets a lot for saying that. And like pretty much everything else which combined the two genres, it's crap. That's a bit of a harsh thing to say. I personally thought for what was the very first attempt, that was really, really good. Hell, do you think half of things we got from the new metal era from 20 years ago would have anything been like that without someone coming along to pioneer or to at least show that it could be done? You know what I mean? Well, Johnny Z can't sing to save himself, and his rapping is even worse. Well, it's certainly by today's standards. I'm not entirely sure how in comparison to stuff from the mid-'80s, but the Rods provided the musical loop, but are probably too damn embarrassed to ever admit it. Still not convinced it's crap? Try some of the rhythms. Yesterday's Giants grew bigger than ever. Well, yeah, that's true. That's why they're legends. That's why they're called classics, because they're appreciated and loved time and time again. That's how that works. Do you really think people would still be listening to Number of the Beast 40 years later if it wasn't such a great album? Come on now, think about that. So millions of records as producers got clever. Or Anthrax, Great White, Dokken, and Slayer, everyone heavy metal, each musician a player. And worst of all, Metallica, spectacular. For some reason, he thinks Metallica spectacular is a bad line. I think this guy is drunk or something when writing this list, because that was actually quite clever, because you know what? They're not wrong when they're giving Metallica that ovation, if you ask me. So yeah, aside from the fact that I don't really know what this guy really wants out of his songs, I thought that was actually really, really fun. And I enjoyed it. And hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. So I hope all of you guys have enjoyed this reaction video to Metal Rap, the first ever metal and rap crossover. Please make sure to also leave all your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below, because we know that you guys thought of the Lone Ranger for yourself. And I cannot wait to see all of you guys again in the next video. Take care and have a very, very good afternoon.